Good morning, students. Welcome to class 12 biology class. Unit 5th, chapter 13, organism population. Today's topic adaptations in xerophites. Some special features are found in xerophites in their morphological, anatomical, and physiological characteristics to tolerate extreme drought or the water deficient conditions. These features are collectively termed as xerophytic responses or adaptations. Xerophytes show adaptive feature in following responses: to absorb maximum water as they can get from the surroundings, to retain water in their organ for very long time, to reduce the rate of transpiration, to minimize level and to suppress high consumption of water. Various adaptations found in xerophytes are the morphological adaptations. Morphological adaptations in roots of xerophytic plants. Xerophytes have well developed and extensively branched long root system. Their root system is generally longer than shoot system. For instance, root system of prosopis grow up to 65 feet below the surface of soil. Root of alfalfa reach 130 feet, and root of tamarix may be as deep as 175 feet. These type of plants are called hematophytes. Some perennial xerophytes of succulent nature possesses extensive but shallow root system. They can absorb water from dewdrop and small rain droplets. In some semi-succulent plants like asparagus, roots are modified into tuberous structure due to storage of water and food substance. In comparison to mesophyte, root elongation in seedling of xerophyte is much faster. Xerophytes show profuse branching in root system. Roots of some xerophytes have advantageous buds from which additional root develop. This sort of adaptation helps the plant to produce number of secondary roots. Root hairs are dense near the growing point and may occur even at some older part of root and thus comparatively persistent in nature. Morphological adaptations in stems of xerophytes. Stem of woody xerophytes are comparatively stunted, hard and rigid. They may be covered with thick bark, for example Acacia arabica. Main stem and branches may occur as thick, fleshy, flattened and green modified structures called phylloclades. Phylloclades are found in succulent xerophytes. They do the job of photosynthesis in place of leaves. Here the leaves are reduced into spines like Opuntia cacti. Usually in phylloclades bearing xerophytes, leaves are modified into spines which are known to check the rate of transpiration. Stem may occur as underground modified structure to store food and take part in reproduction as in Saccharum. Stem is covered by hairs or waxy coatings. Morphological adaptations in xerophytic leaves. Leaves, if present, usually are short size. This decreases the chance of getting overheated when exposed to strong solar radiation and thus help by reducing the rate of transpiration. Leaves of xerophytes are usually thick, fleshy, green and leathery, which are also known to store water. Example aloe, agave, yucca, bignonia. In some xerophytic plants, petiole become flattened, green, leaf-like, and does the work of normal lamina. This modified structure is called phyllodes. For example, in Acacia, Moniliformes, Australian Acacia or Australian Babool. The leaflet of unipinnate leaves fall down from the rachis and its green primary rachis become flattened and perform photosynthesis. Leaves of some xerophytes may be reduced to spines, for example, Opuntia, Aspergus, etc., or scales, as in Caesurania, or become needle-like Pinus, Cedrus, etc., which greatly reduce the rate of transpirations. Leaves of some grasses roll upwards and close their stomata that are present on the upper surface, and thereby reduce the rate of transpiration and protect the plant from water loss. Example, Agropyron, etc. Stipules of some xerophytes are modified into spines, and thus these help in minimizing the water loss through transpirations, as in Gigipus jujua, Acacia, Capreae. In some xerophytes, leaves are thick and leathery, as in Coriaceous. These leaves are less liable to undergo wilting and suffer necrosis because of higher amount of mechanical tissue. Example, Calotropis, Hebina, Nerium. Leaf surface may be shining or glazing to reflect light, as in Nerium, Ficus, Elastica, etc. Anatomical adaptations. The epidermis of xerophytic plants covered by thick cuticle, it protects plant against heavy transpiration and also provide mechanical strength to plants. Epidermis may be multiple layered, which also reduce the rate of transpirations, as in Banyan, Nerium, etc. Except some monocotyledonous plants, the stomata are restricted to lower surface of leaves. The stomata are generally sunken and surrounded by many hairs. Hypodermis in xerophytes is multi-layered and sclerenchymatous, which check evaporation of water. Mesophyll tissue is well differentiated into palisade and spongy parenchyma, but palisade parenchyma is more in number than spongy parenchyma. Vascular bundles are well developed and differentiated into xylem and phloem. Vascular bundles are comparatively more in number. Besides, vascular bundle mechanical tissue are well developed. Leaves of some xerophytes have some rolling device due to presence of motor cells or bulliform cells in the epidermal zone. Example, Poya, Pratensis, Agrippus, Agropyron. Stomata in certain desert plants such as Capris, Espinosa and Aristidia may sometimes get blocked due to deposition of resinous matter or wax. This adaptation is also known to reduce the loss of water by transpiration. Mechanical tissue in the form of collenchyma and sclerenchyma is more developed. Intercellular spaces in between cortical cells are either absent or very small in size. Cortex may also be chlorenchymatous in case the leaves are modified into spines. Hairs are found on the surface of epidermis, which check water loss through transpiration. Physiological responses are adaptations. Physiological responses are physiological adaptations. due to presence of solute in high concentration in the cell shape of xerophytic plants. The osmotic pressure of cytoplasm is comparatively very high, and due to this high osmotic pressures, cell absorb more water from the soil. Due to high osmotic pressures, protoplasm of xerophytes can survive even after the loss of 10 to 25% of water from it. The viscosity and permeability of protoplasm are high, so that they store enough water in their cells. Due to presence of testometal and cuticular resistance against water loss from the leaves, xerophytes are better adapted to reduce the water loss from leaves. Fleshy xerophytes contain plenty of polysaccharides and amino acid in their cells. Since these polysaccharides combine with nitrogenous compounds, they help the cytoplasm to store more amount of water. In CAM plants, last year you have read about CAM plants, translation acid metabolic cycles, which is a part of photosynthesis. C3 cycle, C4 cycle and CAM cycles. This cycle is found in succulent plants. In CAM plants or succulents, the osmotic concentration in guard cells increase in night and decrease in light, so that their stomata open in night and remain closed during daytime. This unusual stomatal mechanism protects the plant from water loss during daytime. Catalases and peroxidases like enzymes are more active in xerophytes in comparison to mesophytes. In xerophytes, photomorphogenic changes occurs early in their lifetimes. Third type of plants, halophytes, or mangrove or marshy vegetation. Halophytes are mangrove plants in marshy area like sea coast, delta. Soil contains very high concentration of salt like sodium chloride, magnesium sulfate, magnesium chloride, etc. And therefore it is known as saline soil. Some plants are also able to grow in such a soils. These plants are known as halophytes or mangrove plants. According to McDougall 1914, the halophytes are a special type of xerophytic plants which grow on saline soil with high concentration of salts. In saline condition, water is usually not available to non-halophytes due to high concentration of soil solution in water. Soil in such places is physiologically dry. Means water is available in the soil, but it is not available for absorption through plants. Such soils are called physiologically dry soils. High salt concentration in these soils causes some difficulty to the common plants and eliminate them from saline habitats, even if they were introduced to such habitats. However, xerophytes have the ability to endure such high salt conditions and also able to absorb water in these conditions. Distribution of halophytes or mangrove plants. In India, mangrove vegetation occurs in sea coast and river estuaries in tropical and subtropical area and are seen in West Bengal, Andaman Nicobar Island, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Common prominent examples are Rhizophora, Abyssinia, Acanthus, Soneratia, etc. Effect of saline water on mangrove vegetation. Effect of saline water on halophytes or mangrove plants. The effect of dissolved salt on the halophytic plants is partly osmotic and partly chemical. Important responsive or adaptive feature of plants growing on saline soil are usually halophytes exhibit succulence. Dissolved chloride salt is especially supposed to have involved to develop succulence. Means they store water and food materials and become swollen up. In majority of plants, germination greatly retarded and seedling survival is almost impossible under saline conditions. Seeds germinate before their dispersal. In these plants, seed germinates when they are present within the fruits. This condition is called as BB peri. The germinated seeds fall as seedling and grow as normal seedling. When they reach a suitable substation, this condition is known as BB peri. Means germination of seed started even the fruit is attached with parent plant, and when seedlings grow red seeds and plumules, they fall down into saline soils and stabilize there as a new plant. Plants are usually shallow rooted. As halophytes do not get enough oxygen from the soils, they produce negatively geotrophic breathing roots called pneumatophores. For fixation, stilled roots and buttress roots are common in mangrove plants. Adaptations in mangrove plants. To the salinity or saline soil. Important adaptive character of mangrove plants are fixations. Root system are greatly shallow. Root systems are generally shallow. If the plants are herbaceous and if large base of the trunk of large tree bear buttress roots that provide sufficient mechanical support to the plants. In big stems bearing woody members, stilled roots or prop roots are found to provide mechanical support. For example, Rhizophora. Xerophytic structures. Stem in some halophytes are succulent due to storage of water and mucilage in them. In these plants, salt tolerance is directly proportional to degree of succulence. Leaves are coriaceous and glossy and are densely covered with branched or unbranched hairs. Easy dispersal. Fruits and seeds are light in weight and bear numerous air chambers so that they can easily float on water surface and easily be dispersed to distant places by water current. BB peri germination. Seeds start to germinate when they remain attached to the plant, and this mode of germination is called BB peri. For example, Rhizophora, Abyssinia, etc. In these cases, seeds germinate and produce massive club-shaped hypocotyle and downwardly pointed red seal. After reaching 60 to 80 centimeter length, the seedling fall vertically down on the mud and a part of hypocotyls remain fixed in the mud. New shoot and root develop from the plumule and red seals respectively. Presence of negatively geotrophic nematophores is a specialized adaptation for the marshy habitat. Soil in coastal regions is poorly aerated, and to compensate this lack of soil aeration, the hydrohalophytes develop conical minute pores, lenticels, bearing breathing roots called nematophores. These roots perform gaseous exchange. Leaf passes water absorbing and storing cells. Physiological responses are adaptations in mangrove plants. Physiological adaptations in mangrove plants are halophytes. Halophytes show very high rate of transpiration. Guttation is very common. That is, they show exudation of shape that contain dissolved salts. Guttation you have read last year. Loss of water in form of water droplets from the tip or margin of the leaves is called guttation. Osmotic concentration of cell shape is high and it helps to absorb plenty of water from saline soil. Capacity of crystallizations of cellular salts. It is assumed that halophytes grow in saline habitats not because they are salt loving but because they tolerate high concentration of salt better than other plants of non-saline habitats. Active intake of salt also increases the osmotic concentration of cell shape and thus make them able to absorb salty water very easily. Importance of mangrove plants. Importance of mangrove plants. These plants are found mostly in coastal regions. Their respiratory roots form a net-like structure beneath soil and thus check erosion of soil in the area. Branches are used as fuel. Leaves of certain mangrove plants are also used as fodder for domestic animals. Some mangrove plants are also used as green vegetables. Example: Shada fruticosa, Salicornia, Brachiata. Roots of Abyssinia and Sonoredia is used as timber. Scarpus species are tuberous in nature. In tuber, high content of starches is stored as food material. It is commonly used as food by local populations. Strategies of adaptation in animals. Animals also show adaptation for adjusting themselves to different environmental conditions for survival to complete and flourish. In animal, adaptations may occur for particular feeding habits like herbivory and carnivory. Camouflage for easier predations, avoiding caught up by predators. Protection against bad weathers. Structural and behavioral adaptations to attract mate. Different environmental regions and stress conditions involve mostly physiological and behavioral adaptations. For example, migration, estivation, hibernation, echolocations, water scarcity, prevention of feeding, etc. behavior adaptations. Behavior adaptations may be estivation or summer sleeping, hibernation or winter sleeping, camouflage or mimicry, migration, echolocation and burning colorations. These are different behavior adaptations found in the animals. Estivations means summer sleeping, the state of torpor or inactivity of an animal that take place during hot dry period as in summer is called estivation. For example, endothermic animals, ground squirrel of southwest desert, it avoid dry hot period of the day in inactive or torpid state in burrows. Ectothermic animals, frog seeks a cool, shady and moist place in hot summer. Respiration, movement, feeding and other activities considerably slow down during estivation period. Hibernation, it is a kind of adaptation of passing the winter in a resting or dormant condition, also known as winter sleep. Hibernation occurs in cold-blooded or ectothermic or poikilothermic animals, for example frog, and in some warm-blooded endothermic or homeothermic animals which do not migrate to warmer regions, for example northern ground squirrels. During hibernation, various physiological changes such as lowering of body temperature, slowing of pulse rate and breathing occurs. In this way, animals pass the winter month as a way of surviving food scarcity and cold winters. Camouflage, the ability of organism to blend with the surrounding or background is called camouflage. Elephant, lion, tiger, panther, camel, etc. have a coloration and marking which make them inconspicuous in their surroundings. Means their body colors becomes according to their surrounding so that they cannot be seen by predators from distant places. Other examples, stick insects are barking insects. Its body and their appendages are long, slender, like dry branches. Leaf insects, its body is flat and green, look like a leaf. Praying mantis, it is green and remain amongst foliage, waiting for its prey to arrive. Dead leaf butterfly is also leafy in color and cannot be noticed unless and until they show movement. Camouflage provides protection to prey and advantages to predators in remain unnoticed. Mimicry, it is the resemblance of organism with other organism or in form, color, and behavior to escape predators' notice. An organism that bear resemblance is called mimic, and the organism are inanimate. The object to which a mimic resembles is called mortal. Advantages of mimicry. Mimicry protect the prey from predators as well as help the predator to capture the prey. There are two types of mimicry. Batesian mimicry. It is a type of mimicry in which the mimic is palatable and defenseless. It resembles to a dangerous or unpalatable model due to presence of toxins and irritating component so that predator does not prey upon it. For example, Viscero butterfly mimic unpalatable toxic monarch butterfly. Second type of mimicry is Mullerian mimicry. It is a type of mimicry which involves mutual resemblance of two dangerous animals so as to enhance their chance of not being preyed. For example, monarch butterfly and queen butterfly. Migration. It is two-way movement of individual of a population of whole population from and to an area for food and favorable shelter, climate, etc. Migration may be of three kinds: daily, periodic, and seasonal. Daily migration or daily movement of animals such as bird from their shelter area to another place in search of food. Periodic migration. This kind of migration occurs after interval when the member of a population have increased beyond the carrying capacity of habitat. For example, locust, they are found in arid area. Its populations continuously grow due to which the habitat gets depleted of food. Therefore, large number of locusts fly out of their home into new feeding area. Seasonal migration.